At 42,000 feet above Iran, 4 B2-Spirit bombers were seconds away from opening their bomb bays. For 10 seconds, they would stop being nearly invisible and become vulnerable. That was the nightmare. Because somewhere below, Iranian MiG-29s were climbing into the dark with infrared sensors. A hidden missile battery was waiting for a radar lock, and inside mountain complexes across the country, ballistic missiles sat inside reinforced caves, protected by concrete, rock, and the belief that nobody could reach them. Tonight, that belief was about to die. If the mission worked, entire missile bases would collapse into their own tunnels and vanish beneath mountains of debris. If it failed, the world's most expensive stealth bombers could be caught in the one moment they were never meant to be seen. Because stealth doesn't make you invincible. It just buys you a few seconds before everything starts hunting you at once. This strike was built around one brutal objective: destroy Iran's underground missile infrastructure before it could be used. Not airfields, not barracks, not symbolic targets. The caves. These weren't ordinary bunkers. They were deep mountain facilities with tunnel entrances, launch shafts, storage chambers, and protected firing positions designed to keep missiles alive even under attack. To most people, they looked untouchable. To the crews of the B-2s, they looked like geometry: speed, altitude, wind, timing. Release points calculated to the second, because a stealth bomber doesn't just drop bombs. It places steel, momentum, and GPS guidance into one exact point in space and trusts physics to finish the job. But long before the first bomb hit, the mission started to come apart. The first target was near Tabriz, and that was where the sky got crowded. 2 MiG-29s scrambled from a nearby base and pushed toward the bomber corridor. That changed everything. A B-2 can hide from radar far better than almost anything else in the sky. But heat is harder to hide, and a fighter with infrared search can turn a stealth mission into a countdown. The escort reacted immediately. 2 F-22 Raptors peeled away and turned toward the MiGs while the bombers stayed on course. No sudden maneuvering, no panic, no chatter, just silence. Because the B-2 crew still had a job to finish, and they were running out of sky. The cave complex near Tabriz was a nightmare target. Multiple entrances, reinforced structures, vertical shafts, all built into a mountain and designed to survive. Inside the lead bombers, mission commanders kept working the release sequence while the tactical display shifted around them. Ahead, the target. To the northeast, friendly F-22s closing fast. Below and beyond the ridgelines, 2 MiGs playing hide-and-seek in terrain they knew better than anyone. That was the real problem. The Iranian pilots didn't need to win a dogfight. They just needed to survive long enough, stay hidden in the mountains, and maybe rise above a ridgeline at exactly the wrong moment. The moment those bomb bay doors opened. Because that was the weak point. With doors closed, the B-2 was a whisper. With doors open, its radar signature multiplied. For a few seconds, the marble became a barn. The F-22s tried to pin the MiGs down, but the terrain kept saving them. Every time a Raptor got close to a clean shot, a MiG dropped into a valley, vanished into clutter, and forced the geometry all over again. The B-2 crews could not wait for a perfect air picture. They had seconds to decide, so they committed. At the release point, bomb bay doors opened. Rotary launchers turned. GPS-guided weapons dropped into the dark. Then, the mountain began to fail. Penetrators slammed into tunnel entrances and reinforced access points. Concrete folded. Rock broke loose. Shafts collapsed inward. Instead of blasting the site apart, the strike buried it alive. The first target was gone, but the second bomber, Pro-42, had no time to enjoy that. Near Isfahan, a hidden Iranian surface-to-air missile battery finally lit up and locked onto the bomber. Now, the mission became a race. Electronic warfare aircraft flooded the radar with jamming. An F-35 that had been quietly tracking the emission passed coordinates to a supporting aircraft carrying anti-radiation missiles. One side was trying to complete a firing solution. The other was trying to erase the radar from the mountain before that happened. And right then, a second crisis hit. Israeli stealth fighters, chasing mobile ballistic missile launchers before they could disperse, cut across the deconfliction line and entered the same corridor Pro-42 was using. No one did it by accident. The Israelis had found launchers that might soon be aimed at their cities, and they weren't going to let them disappear into the hills. That left Pro-42 with a brutal problem. finish the bombing run, avoid a possible mid-air conflict with friendlies, and survive a radar lock, all at once. So the mission commander adjusted the release point and began reprogramming aim coordinates in flight. 16 bombs, 16 new solutions, minutes to spare. Meanwhile, the SAM battery kept radiating. Then the anti-radiation missile arrived. The radar operator shut down too late. The missile remembered where the signal had been, tore into the site, and turned the battery into burning debris scattered across the mountainside. Corridor open. Pro 42 reached release. Bomb bay doors opened. Bombs fell. 2 cave complexes near Isfahan were hit and buried in sequence. Then came Pro 43. Its target wasn't waiting in silence. It was firing. A mountain complex farther south was actively launching ballistic missiles toward coalition positions across the Gulf. Every minute it stayed alive meant more missiles in the air and more interceptors burned trying to stop them. So Pro 43 didn't just attack the site, it attacked the rhythm. The mission commander tracked the launch cycle, measured the time between launches, and realized there was a narrow window. A moment after a missile fired, when the launch bay was temporarily empty and the loading machinery was exposed. That was the opening. The bomber adjusted speed, the strike order changed. Apertures first, entrances second. At the release point, the doors opened. The first bombs dropped into the launch apertures just after a firing cycle, punching through the overhead structures and detonating inside the bays before the next missiles could be moved into place. Launch rails were wrecked, loading systems were crushed, internal structures collapsed. Then the rest of the bombs walked across the tunnel entrances and service routes, sealing the complex behind falling rock and broken concrete. And then the launches stopped, completely. A site that had been feeding ballistic missiles into the war minutes earlier went dark. Permanent dark. The bombers turned for home. No victory lap, no speeches, just fuel, distance, and a very long flight back. Because that's the part people forget. The strike lasts seconds. The pressure lasts all night. And here's what makes operations like this terrifying. From the ground, it can look clean, fast, precise, controlled. But in the air, missions like this are held together by timing so fragile that nobody outside the cockpit ever sees how close they came to failure. A MiG rising above a ridgeline at the wrong second. A radar operator holding his nerve just a little longer. A friendly jet crossing one corridor too soon. One open bomb bay under one sensor pointed at the exact right piece of sky. That's how these missions really happen. Not like movies. Like a chain of near disasters held together by training, discipline, and people staying calm while everything around them starts to break. And on this night, over Iran, that chain held. Until the next warning came over the radio.